Alright, 03 Rev 600. This is basically my problem. I installed a Pro Sport digital water temp gauge, and on the back here it has a couple of wires, 5 wires I think. There's a white one which is, according to the guys at Pro Sport, not useful for my application. There's a red one, there is an orange one, a black one for ground, and a green one. The green one is hooked up to the white wire on the sender, which is plugged into the head of the coolant elbow right here. This white wire, it's actually disconnected right now. I was just trying a bunch of stuff. The black wire on the sender is right there, and it is hooked up as the ground for the sender itself, and I plug that into the steering support right there. It's just got a little end that I crimped onto another piece of 18 gauge wire, and I used a self-tapping screw and screwed it into the steering column right there. Stainless steel screw for that. I'm just basically naming everything in case anybody has any ideas. So the sender is plugged in, hooked up. I doubt there's anything wrong with that, since it really doesn't have to do with the power aspect of anything, I don't think. This gray connector right here, I got rid of that, and I used crimp-on little bullet connectors, 3 of them. They're 2 hot wires and 1 ground. And then basically what I do is I plug these 2 guys, which are the orange and red one, which according to Pro Sport makes my gauge glow red all the time, whether it's high beam, low beam, forward, reverse, it doesn't matter, the numbers will always be red. So I hooked those up to the 2 hot wires because they're both supposed to be powered for 12 volts DC. And then the black ground wire here, obviously the ground for the gauge, is going to get plugged in to this guy right here. See if it focuses. To the ground wire, obviously. Can't see it. But right there, that's the ground wire. So what I did was, in order to test it, because I put the female ends on the gauge, I wasn't able to test it, so I made up a bunch of these guys with positive ends on both, positive bullets on both ends, and I plugged it into here. There's 3 of them, so I plugged one into the 12 volt accessory power, another one into here, and another one into the ground. And then I hooked up jumper cables to the lawnmower battery, which is actually the same exact battery that would go in a sled if my sled had electric start. And then I hooked the jumper cables up, positive end to the 2 in here, and the ground to the black ground wire, obviously. And nothing happens. The gauge does not come on. I tried every which combination that I could possibly try. I even tried to hook up the white wire, like nothing happens. I mean, the battery puts out 12 volts. I used a voltmeter and it puts out 12 volts DC, so at this point I'm out of options. I don't really know what's going on. I would start at the sled and hook it up, but ethanol eats away at my gaskets and my carbs, so those are ordered and they should be coming in the middle of the week. I could try it again with the sled's own power instead of an auxiliary power system. But I'm just looking for ideas at this point. I don't really know what's happening. Also, can I use this connector to power the gauge also? I'm pretty sure I could. I don't see why not. But that's my second thing. Alright, thanks for helping.